in time. Oh, that stuff is horrible.
See, I don't like pickles, so there is no chance in hell I'm drinking that.
Tastes like dirt.
I think you just tried the Malort.
Absolutely.
It's pickles still in the dirt.
Yeah.
Malort's the kind of drink that you're like, when you get done, you'll be like, hey, Dutch, can I lick your armpit so I can get this taste out of my mouth?
Well, when we were in Chicago and we drank Malort,
Get it out.
no, the guy goes, "Ooh, I like you. You're trash people like me." So the bartender actually did a shot with us in Chicago.
Anybody that likes Malort is a liar.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
it's just, they've got that COVID tongue where they can't taste
You
shit.
can't take shit
Brad
if you
Bales
drink
keeps
out.
that shit on hand all the time.
Yeah, well, there's certain people that just want to watch the world burn.
Right.
He just wants to make sure he shares it with everybody.
Oh, all right. We'll go ahead and get started here. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Do we need any more beers before? I got one to go.
I've
You
got
got one
one
to go.
here.
Mine keeps crackling. There it goes.
Your mic?
Yeah.
You
there
good
it is.
now?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I was gonna say I didn't hear a crackle. It might have been your
It's
headphones.
mine, and it keep cutting out, but that's all right.
It's your headphones that are? Or
It
your
was.
mic?
No, it was. Both.
All right. I think we're good now. All right. AJ is hooking us up with some more beers.
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 Your local loving lesbian.
Ah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Of all the lights, I prefer natural light.
Yeah, I do. I like natural light.
Yeah.
It takes me back to my 19-year-old self.
Yeah. Oh. All right. I think we're ready to go.
Yes.
3, 2. Welcome to the After Two Beers podcast. I'm Dutch Dalton, joined as always by Kimmy Kabler.
That's me.
And the man on the right, it is Michael Puddin Summers.
What's going on?
Good. Oh, man, just hanging out. Thought I'd record a podcast, see if you guys wanted to hang out. and do it.
Sounds like-
Absolutely. Let's get
Sounds
this
like a
drinking
good
game.
idea.
Yeah. If first time watching the show, thanks for hanging out with us, or
Yes.
if you're listening to it. And basically, what we do is we have a couple drinks, and the idea is we're hanging out at a bonfire or at the local pub or just a family get together, and you have a couple drinks and you talk about stuff that kind of comes up sometimes when you shouldn't.
It's when the truth comes out.
Right. And we love each other enough to not fight about it, at least on air. So
Right.
that's what we are. If you're just cleaning the house or something and you need something to distract you from maybe the kids or whatever, just turn on the podcast and we'd greatly appreciate it. Coming up, excuse me, in this week's show, it's the segment that it's kind of a new thing for us. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, yes.
We hear from a guy that has a sister that he makes sound like just a booger-eating moron. I'm
great.
talking open mouth breather. You
Right.
know? Oh, yeah. She announces to the family that she will be homeschooling her children with her husband, and the guy drops a pop quiz on her
Nice.
that goes over exactly how you think it. Apparently, it made her cry. I'll add all the details, and then we will judge him unmercifully
Yes.
and determine if he
Do
is
it.
the asshole. Then we have Gibbler's Giblets.
Yes,
Oh,
we
We
do.
yeah.
got giblets prepared. In A to B news, we have a few guys that drank too much, 2 different stories, and got behind the wheel. And it's funny to me that it's almost always guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We also got to discuss a nasty Skittle flavor that you have a chance to sign up and win if you're watching this live. You can also try it if you live in 3 cities, but it's horrible sound. I almost brought Skittles and
Put
the
that on it.
flavor,
Oh.
and I was like, man, I don't even want
I already know what you're talking about because
Right.
I already saw this stuff and I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah. All right. And then last one, how many relationships in 2023, new relationships, would you two guess that start with a message in someone's DMs? And I want you each to
wow.
guess.
70%?
70% of all new relationships,
I would
that
bet.
DMs is the way to
Yeah.
go. All right, Gibbler?
55.
55. Both of you are north
I feel
of
like
50.
this is Price is Right.
Absolutely. I mean,
What is it, Bob?
everybody has that,
Oh man! All
keyboard
right,
courage.
I will give you the exact details plus how many relationships have been ruined because of social media.
From
85.
from DMs.
Right.
That started with DMs.
We want to make sure we pass out our thank yous, first of all, to our Patreon sponsors, Eric Ellers, Kevin Shook, Mike Coddington, Brad Boone, Jordan Struing, Jeremiah Taylor, and Debbie Burdett. Thank you to
Thank
all of
you.
you. You honestly, at this point, you are breaking us even. So thank you guys so much. We're actually we're making a living, not a living. We're getting to do this for free finally. So thank you. That's honestly all I've ever wanted to do.
Right?
We all have real jobs. You know, if you want to start buying some stickers, though, that'll help
That
fill
would
up
be
our
great.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
We'd greatly appreciate that. All you got to do is go to after2beers.com. Actually, if you go to the webpage, we have a tip jar, for lack of better words. I almost called it a bucket. And I would love to need a bucket.
Put it in the bucket.
Give us a
If you go to
bucket.
Just
after2beers.com,
the tip.
that's the number 2. You can find a tip bucket. You can give us as small as $1, and we would greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Yep.
And also, you can find a link to our Patreon page, which basically allows you to you can, for as little as $3 a month. I mean, we are way cheaper than adopting a kid when we were
I was
like,
gonna say, should we play the music like in the arms of an angel? For only $3 a month, you can fill the tummies of these
Oh
3
my
people
gosh.
with natural light.
I just want to picture Puddin' in a little cage shaking.
Empty beer can.
Trying to reach out for the beer.
It's empty.
Please, son, I have another beverage.
Can I have some more?
All right. Well, thank you to all our Patreon sponsors. And last and certainly not least, thanks to our buddy Kevin Shook, who graciously enough lets us hang out with him. And and the East Studio, man, this place is awesome. Kevin does a lot of stuff in the community. So if you're looking to do something similar, just reach out to Kevin, Global Media Enterprises, and he can hook you up with the details on what it would take to get started. I love it now, and I got to tell you this, like, here's the coolest part about working with Kevin is we just show up and sit down.
Right?
Yes.
And in the past, it was hooking up equipment and cutting it, and he sends it to us, and it's a great value, regardless if you want to do something like this. So I highly recommend it. I mentioned the stickers. We got 5 stickers available. Go out and check out those. And then before we go any further, before we jump into the Am I the Asshole, I want to bring one thing up.
Yes.
And this is our chance. I feel like part of what we do really well is take Generation X back down that nostalgia. Like on the South Park, Remember? In the bottom of the 8th last night, AJ and I were watching the Cubs Reds, which had a phenomenal outcome as the Reds won again.
Yes.
As they march towards October. Save your money now if you want to go watch them in the series, because it's probably going to happen.
It's going to happen. I mean, it's almost guaranteed.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. I ain't worried about saving that money. I'd like to, but anyway. The organ player last night in the bottom of the 8th in Chicago started playing the song Tequila.
Nice.
Oh, in honor of our buddy.
Yeah, and so as I was watching it and I'm listening to it, I told AJ, I'm like, how cool is that they're honoring Pee Wee's Herman, or Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee's Herman.
I wrote out Pee Wee's Big
Is that what he
Adventure.
calls it?
Herman's Pee Wee.
We heard the stories about Pee Wee's Herman.
Yeah, so it was the scene where he jumped up on the bar
Yeah.
Yes.
and dances on his toes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I remember Paul Rubin from lots of films that aren't related to Pee Wee.
Right.
I remember him specifically in the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
He was the waiter,
Yep.
and he was also in a Cheech and Chong movie.
Oh, nice.
He worked like at a counter,
Yeah.
like at a
remember
hobby,
that.
at a lobby, like or in a
Nice. I
hotel.
haven't
It was
seen
like
that.
a bellboy or something.
And then he beat up little Pee Wee at
At a special movie theater.
I'm shocked that made such a big deal.
Right.
Because I feel like that's what you go to that theater for.
Yeah, and who's,
I mean, honestly,
who's going to point that out? Yeah, I was there.
It's like
See?
it's like arresting somebody going to Chipotle and they had a bowl. It's kind of like what you're here for. Well, anyway, I was reminded by Emily Kenworthy of Big Top Pee Wee, which it totally slipped my mind. But I don't. Kevin, do you have it? I don't know if we can hear you or not.
Yeah.
Let's.
You ready to watch it?
Yeah, I sent this out, and Saturday morning cartoons were just different,
Right.
When we were kids.
The best.
And this
I
was,
loved it.
This was a theme song that I highly
Pee
recommend.
Wee's Playhouse.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You got it, buddy. Let's roll with it.
Shout Factory TV, changing the channel. Shout Factory.
I don't know if it was that far out there.
No, but you know, it's funny because I think I'm starting to realize in life that some of the part of the stuff that makes life easier today really prevents people from enjoying the journey.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like Saturday morning cartoons. When I was a kid, so I'm 45 years old. I was born in the late 70s, so I grew up basically in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so for me, Saturday morning cartoons was a big damn deal.
Oh,
That's
for
what
sure.
we did.
Yeah, you got up early and went downstairs and watched cartoon or down. I clearly I lived in a two-story.
Yeah, fancy.
Just rubbing in her face.
Yeah. Anyway, you go down and you'd watch cartoons and
Yeah.
and you would see what cereals you had to have. This was when there was
Oh, yeah.
actually shit in the cereal.
Yeah, you got your prize.
You know, like that's how like our life was so different. Like getting a $2 toy at McDonald's or in the bag of the cereal. Like
Was the shit.
You'd buy
Yeah.
cereal just because they'd have a cool toy in it, and
Yeah.
the cereal sucked ass. And if your family was anything like mine, my mom's like, "You're gonna eat the rest
Oh,
of that
yeah.
shit."
You
Like
get the Mr. T cereal. That was trash. But
it's like Wheaties, man. Fucking hate Wheaties. They're horrible. But every time they had a Michael Jordan calendar, I had
gotta get it.
I had the
There you
Michael
go.
Jordan box of Wheaties.
to you.
Yeah.
They might be worth something. No, I'm serious.
$1.25.
Right.
Anyway, Saturday morning cartoons was a big damn deal,
Yeah.
and Pee Wee Herman was definitely a part of that. And if you watch the films, my favorite. Do you have a favorite moment? Have you seen it even? Like, have you
getting
seen?
ready to
What,
wonder
Big
that.
Top?
No, Big Adventure,
Yeah.
where he stole the bike
Where
or
he
the
stole
bike got
yeah,
stolen
Yep,
I know
yep.
you're what am
by
I?
Chunk. Yeah. What is your favorite scene in that? Because I remember mine to the
Mine's gonna be Large Marge.
fucking A, right?
Yeah. That's a good one.
And I also read that they almost cut that scene.
Really?
They almost because the last part was all CGI, and in movies that's like the first thing to go.
That's
They
crazy.
almost
cut.
Tell him
The
Large
best part.
Marge sent you.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
I like when he had those glasses and he hit the lights and all the animals were all around him. Oh man. Anyway, great movie. If you're younger than 35 and you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Yes.
It's so much love to
Basically
Paul
a
Rubin.
debut of Tim Burton too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he directed it.
Oh,
Did
he
he
did?
really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's a great movie.
Yes.
There's so many things when you're a kid and you watch a film like that and you're like, man, I'd love to
don't-
have a bathtub that was a pool, basically.
I would like to have that bike.
Yeah. That bike was
Oh,
badass.
all right. Are you guys ready to get the show started?
do it.
Let's do
All
it.
right. All right. We're going to jump into the Am I the Asshole, which is going to transition into our opinions on homeschooling.
Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong here.
No.
Are we all after two
Nothing.
beers at this point?
Oh, very much
Yeah.
so.
We do a thing on the show before we get started now. Gibbler and Ponder came up with it called Mystery Shot. And it's basically
Worst
Pick your
idea
poison.
ever.
they go into a liquor store and buy 8-10 shots of the worst single hitters they can find. And there's like one gold jar of a shot, apparently. And they're horrible. Tonight we had spicy pickle,
Whiskey.
one that tasted like we don't know if it was
I don't know if it was
Buttered
buttered
pop-
popcorn or cream soda. I have no idea. It was
not
weird.
good. 99 liquor count, and we don't even know the flavor of these things.
Oh,
They're not good. Anyway, and we got a Malort that Puddin has never tried. And if you have ever tried Malort at home, it
you must hate your life.
It's not good.
you can start a car. Yeah, bring it in here. Let's go ahead and try it.
Oh,
We're gonna.
Oh no.
I may have to cut this out for the audio version. Do we have anybody watching?
Yeah, you have like 8 to 10 people.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
All right. So if you're watching the show and we don't see any of your comments, so if you haven't commented yet, that's fine. But Malort was something that was introduced to me in Chicago, Illinois.
Yep.
I think it's like officially the Chicago hard liquor, and very little sound. Oh, better, perfect. Okay, it's so Malort. It's probably 80 proof.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
at
I
least.
guarantee more.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
Oh, yeah.
So a buddy of ours here
70.
locally named Brad Bales, yeah, it's only 70 proof. You're going to put yourself through that torture for only 70 proof alcohol. And you want me to get my armpit ready?
Yeah. Give me something lit. Y'all ready for this?
This is going to be bitter beer face.
Jeremy Hanley watching from Virginia. That's badass. Thank you, Jeremy. Shoot us a personal message with your address, and we
It's
will
strong?
shoot you down some of our stickers.
Do you feel like you could like start a motor with that stuff?
Heck yeah.
Did you take it off?
No.
Go ahead, Gibbler.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Good
golly.
night. I've got PTSD from Malort. No,
Why does it hit you in the
thank
back
you.
of the throat? Ugh. Get you right in the back.
It tastes a little bit like I don't know, nail polish remover or something.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
There it is. There.
Okay. Oh darn! I just have to have one little sip of it.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
No, no. Yeah.
And it's only 70 proof.
Oh, who does that to themselves?
Oh my God. It tastes
No,
like.
I don't know if the people watching heard the intro or not, but when we went to Chicago, we're like, "You're in Chicago, you have to have Malort, right?" So we're at a bar. It's a nicer bar.
I think it's just their way of fucking with local or like
Oh,
tourists.
Yeah, tourists.
But
Here,
I
try this.
actually
It's the best.
asked the guy, and I was like, "You guys have Malort?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I like you guys. You're trash people like me." He actually did a shot with us.
Of Malort?
Yeah.
God, he's
You
clearly.
can't go to Chicago and not have Malort. It's
Yeah, you
terrible,
can.
but
Yes, you can.
It is the worst, man. It is so bad. It tastes like they collected all of the aerosol pine sol back in the day.
yeah.
And they cut off the bottom and
I
shook
would
the
rather
rest
that
of
taste
it.
like pine. It does not taste anything
hurts my
like
soul.
pine.
Oh, it's so gross. Anyway, well, other than that, unless Malort wants to sponsor us, and I'll tell you, it's the best damn thing I've ever tasted.
Absolutely. That'd be the best.
All right. Anyway, all right, here we go.
All right.
We're gonna start off with our "Am I the Asshole" this week. It's this is from the guy. It's on Reddit. It's a subgroup. I highly recommend it. And here we go. I'm going to get it out of the way so I don't sound like I like homeschooling. He basically hates this thing.
Okay.
All right. I think it's almost impossible to do correctly on social and educational development. This is coming from someone that went to a shitty public school. So my sister was talking about homeschooling her kids, and she said her and her husband will teach the daughter. Apparently there's one. My sister and her husband are not the brightest people, much more physically labored than understanding math. Like, that's like one of the like a shittiest. That's one.
He just called them meatheads.
Right.
Did he? Oh my God.
Not the brightest borrow. Not the sharpest marble in the bunch.
He said, "Are we still good?"
Keep going.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So she could only name a few planets. I'm going to test you right now.
No. No.
This isn't. Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Right?
No.
You both were like, "Fuck that, Dalton."
You're.
Hey.
I've been drinking Malort.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We've
That
been
guy have any
drinking.
brain cells
You're not
left?
asking me any kind of questions where I'm supposed to be smart right now.
We're gonna have to do a pause for the calls.
All right. She gave the right. You're like, oh, I have to pee all of a sudden. We're like, I didn't realize this was like high school week on Jeopardy.
Verb is an action word.
She gave the definition for an adjective, not a verb. And yes, Gibbler, you did good.
Yay.
Also, just completely wrong with math. It was kind of sad. Apparently, it was just basic division.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I told her the right answer and asked if she can't do it, how will she teach her kid to read or any math? She called me a jerk and left to cry. Her husband is on my ass, but my mom thinks it's a blessing. So the question is to all of you
Thinks
who
what's
watch
a blessing?
that he talked like the dumb sister
Talk
out
some
of,
sense into her.
right? All right. So the questioning is this guy an asshole?
No.
No, I don't think so. He
I
called
think
him
he's
out
a
on it.
voice of reason for crying
Are
out
you?
loud.
Yeah, because it's not cheap to do.
It's not cheap.
And who's going to do it? He said the parents are going to do it?
The mom and the dad.
Yeah, who's going to work?
Man, you are getting into some of the points I want to bring up.
Right?
Right?
Before I give you my opinion on this one, the growth in homeschooling in the United States. AJ, do you got these numbers? If you want, I can jump into them. AJ and I were looking at these last night, and it is amazing to me. So in 1973, 13,000 kids were homeschooled.
Okay.
And in last year, and I'm sure this took a spike because of Corona, it was 3.1 million kids.
Oh, wow.
3.1 million kids are now homeschooled.
Okay.
And the reason they're homeschooled varies, but the number one reason, 48% of the reason
Safety.
no, they believe they can give their children a better education at home.
Bullshit.
All right.
I can see it. Yeah, I got a couple points on that.
Oh, look, they're all jumping up.
Yeah.
now. AJ, are you jumping in? No. So that's 50%.
Yeah.
The next 38%, you say safety,
Safety.
religious.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. They don't want
I get that.
Yeah, like look at us heathens.
No, I know that.
Exactly. Damn you and your public school education.
No, I mean, like
Oh.
I know certain religions. They a lot of their children are predominantly homeschooled.
Yeah. Poor kids. All right. So yeah. So let me get into what my thought process is on
All
this
right,
first.
let's do it.
It's fun. I grew up middle class.
Okay.
My first thought always is exactly what you said. How can the parent have the time?
Yeah.
Like this clearly shows that these people probably come from means or live with government
Right.
assistance.
Right.
And I don't mean any. I'm not throwing shade.
Right.
But middle class folks are like,
You can't afford
I
can't
can't
do that.
quit one of
No.
my jobs to do
No.
this.
Yeah.
Right. This is why I pay taxes.
Maybe. That's why I think teachers don't get paid enough. Because I had to
Right.
teach my kids during COVID, and I was just like, what in the hell?
Right.
They do math completely different now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get into
Stupid.
that. I love that you said that. It's honestly to me when I was reading this, it seems really insulting to teachers in public schools.
Right.
Yeah.
It basically, like one of the persons, like that commented said, I guess it'd be one of the people. I went to a public school.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but I was thinking it.
That's fine.
I was homeschooled. One of the people pointed out that people will talk about, it's a lot of times it's a new teacher that they don't know, and I'm like, but they were trained
Yeah.
and they're qualified and
Right.
they have a degree in it, and you just think you're fucking smart.
No, I know better than that. The world needs a ditch digger.
Right. So the second thing, and I'm going to jump on you a little bit on this one, Gibbler. It's a lot of the reason I think some of these people think, especially when they think they can provide a better education, is they think just because we were taught different decades ago that that was the right way. And if it's the new way, you're like, oh, the math is stupid.
Oh, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but that's because you haven't been taught it.
No, why can't you just carry the one and add
not
like a normal
allowed.
person?
No.
Well, because
Why do we have to make 5 steps to it?
Because you're never going to have a
Putting
calculator
a
in your
5
pocket.
and shit in there. No, I can do it on like paper.
I just love the attitude that our generation's fucking right and you guys are wrong. The second one is cursive. They don't teach cursive anymore,
no.
and I love it.
That's funnier now.
I don't understand why people even have a debate about cursive.
I seen a thing the other
Gibbler
day.
loves cursive. Here
I
we
I
go.
do love me some cursive.
Why do you want cursive taught?
My problem is that anytime that I even try to print, I end up like starting out printing and then throw a couple cursive letters in there.
Yeah.
I heard it's a sign of being a psychopath, but whatever.
Yeah.
So far, checks out. Keep going.
Checks out.
So you think we should teach cursive?
It
Yeah,
doesn't
just-
matter either way because typically nobody writes anymore other than their signature.
Yeah,
I
but-
still feel like your signature should be in cursive so that it's a variation of your
I got a problem with
print,
that anyway.
but whatever.
Most
people
people's-
are typing. It doesn't matter.
Most people's signatures aren't in cursive. It's just fucking lines
Just
that are
scribbles.
just
Oh, I know
swirling.
mine is.
Right. I speak in cursive when I get liquored.
All right.
It's kind of the same process.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, honestly, if people use the signature thing, which is funny to me because we're eventually going to get to
Yeah.
a point where it's you hold your thumb. There's
Oh,
already
yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
But actually, phones have gotten to the point where like we don't even need a finger. We just need your
Face, your eyeball.
And you can have glasses on, a hat on, a mask on. We're still going to know who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then people are like, well, you won't be able to read the Constitution.
There it is.
Yeah, you've heard that one.
It's on the internet.
Yeah.
You can find it. And
Well,
You won't be able to read anything.
Well, I mean, what's the whole point of reading? It's been wrote out in script.
Printed. It's in a book.
Everybody makes
Oh,
a variation
I
of it
guess.
anyway. So
All right, now
whatever.
I'm gonna and this is this is the other thing, and I thought about this. Like I was taught sex ed in school, and I don't even want to have that day with my mom and my dad. Like even
Who's
if they're-
teaching that?
even if they're trying to be honest and legitimate, if my dad's like, "All right, son," first of all, he'd have never said it like that. Anyway.
You got a wiener? Yep.
It doesn't matter, bud.
Hey,
I'm going to teach you
who's
something.
going to be your PE coach?
right?
I'm not a PE coach.
No, so my next door neighbors, I know they don't watch this show. They used to have a kid that they homeschooled. They moved away. I promise you they don't watch this show. And their son was homeschooled. And basically homeschooling means I can get all the work done that I'm supposed to get done
Yeah.
in about 3 hours.
Yep.
Which basically means everybody else in the neighborhood has to deal with the fact that your kid's homeschooled. Right?
because they're
'Cause then
home
you
doing
shove him
all
outside.
of
Oh man, he's outside just pounding rocks with a hammer. You know, and like,
Well, maybe that's why he's homeschooled.
right? And that's very true. That's very true. You know, it's like I was convinced that like their gym was like, "Hey, go mow the yard."
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I honestly think when I think of a homeschooled kid, I thought about this last night. Like I always try to take whatever we're talking about and bring it into something that we can all conceptualize. And I thought homeschooled kids in my mind, I've developed to think they're all like Bobby Boucher.
My mama said.
My mama said.
The reason they ain't got no toothbrushes because they got so many teeth.
Oh, but honestly, the most important thing, and I thought about this sincerely, like, because we make fun on the show, and this is our moment of seriousness. We haven't even got into the giblets and stories
No,
yet, when the
right?
shit gets real.
Yes.
Right.
Serious.
And I was thinking, like, what is one of the major aspects that you lose by being homeschooled?
Social.
Absolutely.
But then again, I mean, these kids get a break from being bullied all the time too.
Well,
Welcome to adulthood. Have
know,
you never
right?
been bullied as a fucking adult? Do you not
Look
have
at
a
me.
boss?
I got-
Do you not have
you
like
didn't get bullied in school?
peers?
absolutely. I said, look at me.
Well, and that's part of my point. First of all, it's called social skills for
Yeah.
a reason. And one of the things, like AJ talks about this all the time, where she deals with young customers that come in.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think in her mind they're being shitty. But in reality, I don't think kids today know really how to communicate effectively.
Right.
With
Without
other
the
adults.
thumbs.
Right. And I think that's one of the things you lose sight of with homeschooling because I don't know how many times people have said this in their life. They're like, I maybe not the most book smart, but I'm street smart.
Right.
You don't learn that shit at home.
No.
You got to find out if somebody at school, you learn real quick who you can trust,
Yeah, you
who's
do.
full of shit,
Yep.
right? If you're getting conned, if you're not getting conned, you got to learn heartbreak.
Common sense is not taught at home.
No. Well, how much? Like you have to go through life and get broke up with a couple times just to learn enough
You have to deal
humility,
with this shit every once in a while.
right?
You have to deal with it.
And then I love my parents to death, but can you imagine never not being around them? Like every day you
God.
get up and you just
Well, I always got sent outside anyway. So I wouldn't fucking care. Get your ass outside.
I just think there is a lot of value in being around kids today. And I think that's the only thing that really got me with the corona and the COVID deal
Yeah.
because a lot of these kids that needed that social interaction. Like honestly, how do you learn that you're not the starter? Like there's a value in learning one day.
Very easily.
Right. Yeah. Been there, buddy. But apparently the money you pay gets you 2 innings and 1 at bat. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So, all right. That
mother-
being said,
Your mother must really care about your education, boy.
right?
Sorry, I had to do it.
Even she didn't homeschool her kid because she
Right?
was like, I love Forrest, but I can't deal with that shit every day. All right, so let's wrap this up. We have 2 voting for is this guy an asshole, and you both voted no. And I'm going to tell you right now, this guy is a fucking asshole. And I'm going to tell you why. It was the
It's
way.
his sister. If
It's-
you can't talk to your sister that way, who can you?
It's not the way or what he said. It was the way he said it because he said it exactly how I would have. It's less about me trying to have a constructive conversation with you,
Just you being an ass.
and I'm just gonna just
Show
make
you
fun of
why
you.
it's a bad idea.
Right. Which is the worst way to handle this situation. So yes, he's an asshole. Yeah, is
now,
he in
to
the
be
right?
to be fair, who knows
To be
if
fair.
Pluto's a damn planet anymore? It was and it wasn't.
All right,
and
name 4 more. You can do 4.
Venus, Mars, Saturn,
Uranus.
Earth,
That's my favorite.
Uranus.
How many? All right, you're close.
I said 4.
Neptune.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna get them all. I was proud of you.
No,
I was getting ready to tell you a Scooby
I was
snack.
sitting there doing. So no, one of those things that you learn in school is it was like the abbreviation, like the letters of the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, there you go.
Anywho.
Hey, if you need to homeschool your kids because they are getting bullied or something like that. I
I'm
mean,
not the substitute teacher.
right. And there's special needs and things like that, which are very, very important, and behavior problems and things like that. But so there is a time and a place that I think kids effectively can be homeschooled.
Yep.
But I also think sometimes when people think 50% think they can give a better education, that's do you say that's your doctor? Like, I'll go ahead and do this procedure on myself. I think I can do a better job than you.
Yeah.
Everybody here locally badmouths our hospital, which is funny to me. We're a smaller town. This isn't ER in Chicago.
No, they'd rather WebMD themselves.
But anyway, just the fact that you think you're so much smarter than anyway, I'm moving on. All right. Are you ready for some Gibbler's Giblets?
Oh, let's
Giblets.
get some giblets up here. Okay,
Aw.
let's see. Okay, it's that time of year. It's getting super hot.
Yep.
Your armpit's starting to get a little sweaty and
Like
smelly.
everything is getting
Right?
sweaty.
Did
Thank God
you
for Gold
know that armpit smell is actually a genetic thing?
Really?
Yes. So research at the University of Bristol found that only 0.006% of the Korean population has the ABCC11 gene. This gene is the cause of armpit odor.
So how many was that again?
So in fact, the study found that most East Asians don't have this gene, but Koreans have the lowest numbers. While this may be surprising to us, it's not big news in Korea as deodorant isn't commonly even found there.
Ooh, that's stinky.
No, they just don't
They
have
don't
a smell.
stink.
I just don't stink.
AJ, you dated a Korean. You have a child with a Korean. He's half Korean. So
I don't know that I was going to word it like that, but I was actually going to say, well, it so happens I have a Korean child, and it's so crazy. So he has this gene. He's been tested genetically. When he was little, I don't know that a lot of people, like, ate this growing up, but we served in my household growing up white rice with brown sugar on it.
Uh-huh.
That's what he smells like when he sweats.
It's just brown
Oh, really?
sugar.
Yes.
Yeah. No, they don't have like a stink odor in their armpits.
I smell like beer and regret. Whatever.
I smell like onions and garlic. I think it's my diet.
Yeah.
I don't smell like chili cheese Fritos though.
Oh man, one thing I have learned that apparently every child in America up until at least 18, that they experiment with deodorant. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
sometimes they wear it, sometimes they don't.
Nope, you put that on. Put that on.
I used to play softball with a girl that, like, seriously, when I said chili cheese Fritos, I mean that because this girl I played softball with, that's what her armpit smelled like.
Chili cheese Fritos.
That is what her BO smelled like, and
Ugh,
it
that's
like
gross.
I loved chili cheese Fritos, and I still kind of do, but every once in a while I'm like, nope, I can't do it.
No, not gonna eat them.
All right.
Can't do it.
All right.
All right, so
That's
there
another
is
one.
one little fun fact. Let's see here. Volkswagens, what are they known for?
The Beetle.
Beetle?
Beetle.
You mean
right?
the vehicle type?
I mean, you said vehicle even, right? But did you know that a lesser known product that comes out of Volkswagen's factories is currywurst sausages?
What?
That should be a sales point for the vehicle.
Right?
Like you should get 100
Right.
pounds.
Right.
You
The
should,
whole trunk is full
automatically.
of sausages. Yeah, initially the sausages were made for the factory workers in a remote location. The sausages gained such popularity that they now generate more revenue than the Volkswagen's cars.
See, that's what keeps them afloat. You
I
gotta find
think-
a side hustle.
I think it's funny that they made sausages for their factory workers. Most people are like, man, I'd like a day off once a week or something.
No, do you get
Right?
this sausage?
This is how they're boosting morale. They don't have pizza parties in Germany. They have sausage
sausages.
parties.
Oh, they're like, oh, let's see who can go face the tip.
I have a sausage party too all the time, but nobody ever shows up.
Oh, God.
We talking about high school again.
Right? Oh, did you know that the word burrito means little donkey in Spanish?
Little donkey.
Burritos originated in the Mexican state of Guanajuato, and the first mention of them was in a dictionary in 1895, which described them as a rolled tortilla with meat and other things inside.
Well, that makes sense. A burro is a donkey.
Right.
And apparently Ito means little.
Little. So, yeah, just means a little donkey.
I've never heard that, and I've heard Gordo, whatever.
Gordorito.
Gordita.
No, Gordo.
Gordo. What's that?
What's Gordo?
Fat.
I got fat off of a lot of little donkeys.
Yeah, but if you were a woman, man, be beating them off with a stick.
Oh, my
Right.
gosh.
Well, it's true.
It's not a Mexican show.
Do what
Okay.
now? Go ahead.
Don't they have donkey shows
Your
in
viewers just
Mexico?
went down.
No,
There it
the
goes.
donkey shows in Mexico.
Yeah.
What are we talking
Never
about
mind.
now?
Never
What in the
mind.
hell?
Yeah, that's a big burrito.
This took a hard lift.
It did.
Did
Sorry.
it really drop after we started talking about burritos?
No, when she said no Mexicans.
Oh, no.
Golly.
I didn't mean it like that. I was saying it's
Yeah,
not a Mexican
we're
show.
not
Not
going
this
there.
show. The donkey show in Mexico. Never mind.
All right,
right.
what's your next one?
So, one of many reasons I could not be a tennis player. So, did you know that tennis players can be fined up to $20,000 for swearing while playing at Wimbledon?
Oh,
just
wow.
at Wimbledon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably Wimbledon.
But no, I guess that like the refs or umpires or whatever they have. I don't know shit about tennis, but I guess they have to learn cuss words in all of the different languages so that they can like.
Man, they
Call
just
them
do that
out.
for a party trick.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Well,
wearing
that
shorts
too.
at Augusta. Not allowed.
But yeah, they're fined and given a warning. The second time it happens in one match, they may lose a point. On the third, they may lose a game. Then finally, they can lose the whole match if they swear 4 times.
How did McEnroe even compete?
Right.
No
This sounds
shit.
like Breakfast Club. He's like, you want to go for a whole month? You want to go for 3 months?
Make it 3.
Cuss again?
All right. All right. Thank you, Gib. Are you done?
you.
I'm done.
When you
That's all
put-
I got today.
All right. We're going to go ahead and jump into the A to B news. I don't know where we're at in the progress, but I feel like we're getting pretty far along. So we'll keep
All right.
moving. You don't need to pee yet, do you?
No, I'm
Oh,
good.
Awesome.
I'm good.
Are you guys ready for some news?
We're ready for some news.
All right. You know, the expression is no good deed goes unpunished.
Okay. Yep.
You know, like you try to do something nice for somebody
Yeah.
and it just blows up in your face
All the time.
like a gift from Jokey Smurf. Seriously, think about
Blows
it.
up all the time.
That
yeah.
guy was a domestic terrorist. If you look back at the cartoons that we had as a kid, like, you know, you had Pepe Le Pew was a rapist, clearly, right?
Right. Oh,
Hashtag Me Too for sure,
Romantic.
right? But this guy was literally giving people gifts that exploded in their face. And they all laughed about it. You think they'd beat the shit out of him like
Kick
little
him out.
like little Smurf soaps in a
Smurf soaps in a sock.
Oh, well, unfortunately, this happened to a father last week, not the exploding thing. He was trying to do something nice. It involved a lawnmower, too many daddy pops, and a late night urge to mow some grass.
Oh man, never
Yeah.
a good idea.
A 51-year-old dad in Queensland, Australia, got a DUI last Sunday while driving his riding mower through town at 1 o'clock in the morning. When a cop pulled him over and asked him what he was doing, he said, quote, "I just thought I'd drive this old girl over to mow my daughter's lawn," which sounds really dirty. At 1 in the morning? Because normally that'd be a booty
I
call.
feel like that was an excuse of driving to the pub.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the liquor store.
He was going to the local watering hole.
The cop said that 1 a.m. probably wasn't the best time for that. His chest cam or body cam was running, so there's video of it. A breathalyzer clocked the guy at .19.
Ouch.
That's more than twice the legal limit here in the U.S.,
Got him.
4 times the legal limit
Oh,
in
wow.
Australia. He's due in court in September facing a drunk driving charge. Now, I'm with you. I didn't realize lawnmower beer is an actual thing,
Yeah.
like that expression. So I was looking this up because I'm like, how many people have gotten DUIs on lawnmowers? Because you hear about it all the
Oh,
time.
you do.
And there's even craft brews. I'm sure Ponder and AJ know of these where they're literally called lawnmower beers. And the idea is it's a really just like a light beer that you're just out mowing grass and chilling on these
Something to
beers.
sip on.
Right. But I'm with you, Gibbler. But I'm a little different. I don't think he's going back to the bar at this point.
He was going home.
He's either going to find some poon
Or some weed.
or some Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking for something to soak up the alcohol. Maybe
Yeah.
he needed a pack of smokes.
I'd like to know, like anybody that works in drive-throughs, like Taco Bell, that's late at night. Has anybody drove a lawnmower through the drive-through?
Oh, man.
Because like I've actually seen a local guy here driving
Yeah.
a lawnmower that's got a hitch on it and a basket back there
Yeah.
to the liquor store and puts his beer in the little basket in the back
Hey, if it's got turn signals and lights, man, you can drive it wherever you want.
Wherever.
without having a valid
Yeah.
license.
Yeah, you don't need that for a mower.
Yeah, as long as you're not drunk. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to have a license to drive, but you can still get a DUI on a lawnmower.
Right.
That's kind of wild.
Like then what do?
I confiscate their mowers?
You
Right.
towing that?
So then when you get out of jail, are you allowed to go riding a mower again?
Yeah, because you
town?
don't need a license to ride a mower. Yeah, man.
I don't know. I
We
don't
got
know
to
how
fix
it
this
works.
system. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden. Now, I thought about this and I realized it's 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And thanks to technology today, there is no reason, honestly, to ever leave your house at 1 in the morning.
No. DoorDash.
There is an app for everything.
My mother used to say,
Everything.
nothing good happens after 1.
Yeah, unless it's smashing. right.
Smash some
Nothing's open.
cheeseburgers.
Nothing's open but legs after midnight.
And that's what I'm saying. There's an app for that.
Apparently, it's DMing people. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not FaceTime as much as like head time,
It's
but
head
it's
time.
not. Yeah. You wait till them
Back time?
Apple's coming out with those VR headsets, and it's just a matter of time. I'm swear to God, like people aren't leaving their house. They're doing everything electronic.
Yep.
They're going to throw that VR headset on, and they're going to have some, and there's going to be an attachment. I swear to God.
Just like Demolition Man.
Porn controls the world, and I mean this sincerely. It's happened twice.
Yep.
When it comes to media. So in the early 80s, there was two options.
Betamax.
Betamax or VHS.
Yep.
And porn decided to go with VHS, and VHS took off. Then in the early 90s, it was the same thing. It was Blu-ray, and it was, what was the other one? There was two.
Laserdisc. Or-
No, Laserdisc was those big giant.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
Looked like a record.
Early.
Yeah. But regardless, porn picked up and went with Blu-ray. And again, and I'm telling you, the moment those VR comes out, they're going to come up with a Bluetooth attachment that you can attach to your junk. I'm telling you right now.
And you boys
It's
were trying to
on.
watch the Skinamax and the HBO late night.
Only
You've
when
been
it's
trying to see
scrambled.
it through the
Man.
scrambled. And
we didn't have cable. We were poor growing up. But I had that one channel.
Yeah.
where it was like staticky, but you
Yeah.
could still
You're
hear
like,
it.
I don't know, man. Was that a boob or
I think that was a boom.
it might have been an elbow.
I think I heard heavy breathing.
Yeah, that came from in the house. All right. Well, this got me to thinking. This poor guy, he's just going over to mow his daughter's lawn at 1 a.m.
Right.
And all the things that he quote unquote needed could have been solved with an app. So, we've been trying to do this like top 3 kind of thing, top 5. The 2 weeks ago we did it. It went really long. So last week we kind of chilled it out a little bit with our. Last week was the people
Free Foods.
the small town. Free Foods was the first week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard, and anyway. So my question to you, I sent it to you guys. I don't send a lot of stuff to Gibbler early because I like that she
I'm more spontaneous.
Right.
So, but I asked you, what are the 3 apps that you would struggle living life without today?
Texting.
So the text app. So yep.
Okay.
That's a good one. I didn't pick that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right.
Google, because I got to make sure that I'm right.
Well,
And prove it.
And I thought about this. You don't really need an app so much for that because you
It's
can
the browser.
The browser.
Yeah.
And I thought about
Right.
that.
Yeah. The browser.
Apple Maps or Google Maps.
I'm
That
gonna
was
say,
one.
Actually, Waze is probably high on my list just because
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit of an alert when the popo are
I'm
around.
not ringing fucking McNally over here.
Yeah. My one of my 3 was Waze, but it's any type of navigation. I travel
Yeah.
a lot, but that thing is so precise that
It'll
Right.
tell you stuff's on the side of the road and
and it's all because people are working together.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as an ETA, I can tell Amanda, I'm like, I'll be home at 3:32, and it's plus or minus right within 2
Right.
minutes.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's freaky.
Even
And-
even if you have to slow down or stop for stop signs.
Oh, you
All of
remember
that.
going on vacation before this kind of stuff, and you'd have to print out the pages
Yeah,
of the
MapQuest.
directions.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucked. And I had a Rand McNally.
Yeah. Oh,
And
my
I'd be willing to
parents
bet
made me.
some of these people that are listening to the show don't
What's
even know
a
what the
map?
hell a Rand
No.
McNally
Like,
is.
who the hell's Rand McNally? Who's that cat?
All right, ways I'm good with. What's another one?
Oh, what was I thinking earlier? Probably my apps where I can get games. For my
You're like,
phone.
okay.
He likes the games.
Yeah.
I picked
Are you doing the-
Spotify.
Oh.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
I picked Apple Music.
So they're same. The music. We grew up in a generation where you would literally carry a disc or like a satchel of
everything.
DVDs.
Yeah.
And there'd be 50 of them in there. And you'd flick, or then you'd have, like my sister thought she
the
was
best.
so cool because she had 5 disc changer in her trunk.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And like, so you like, she had Bone Thugs,
Got to.
You had
Slick Rick.
MTV, whatever it is.
Right? You
the
get 5
2000s.
choices. Now, with all the different music app, you can literally listen to any album.
Whatever
Whatever.
you want. That's the best.
I remember trying to
good one.
listen to like the 8 at 8 on 92.9 and trying to record the song
Right.
Yes.
on a cassette tape.
8 at 8.
Record play.
Right?
But you can't let him talk, so you got to do it right after he stopped talking.
Right.
Z93.
They would hate guys like me now because like when I do a show, I'll talk right up until that first word hits.
Right.
Just ruins the whole. You can't make a good mixtape for somebody.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. My third was pay options. I don't like writing checks. I
Right.
struggle to even find my checkbook. If somebody came to me right now, like knocked on my
Yeah,
door
who
and
does
said,
that?
"We'd give you $500,000 if you could find your checkbook in the next 8 seconds."
But see, I normally
Nope.
do that from a computer instead of my phone.
That's my point. Well, no, but I love the ability to send
Yeah.
money back and forth because it's just numbers anyway.
Yeah.
So that's one of mine. I'd love to hear from people out there.
I think that, like, here's my thing is that I work for a bank, so I've seen so much fraud on Cash App that I won't use Cash App.
Right. I heard nothing but bad stuff about that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, there's certain ones where I'm like, oh, there has actually been a lot of fraud on Cash App. There's been a lot of fraud on DoorDash. And what was another one here recently? I can't remember, but like there's some of the apps where it's like you just want to make sure you're a little more careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Pornhub.
Definitely probably Pornhub.
You got
That's
to put that in
probably
a secret file.
who's getting your card information and using their Cash App.
Right. All right. Moving on to story number 2. I told we were talking about the guy with the mower.
Yep.
Well, there was a guy in Salt Lake City that told him to hold his beer. This
Watch
is freaking
this.
crazy to me. So this guy is walking along the street, 29-year-old in Salt Lake City named Michael Martinez.
Okay.
And apparently he had done some day drinking, and he decided to break into a Ferrari dealership.
Oh, jeez.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that's
he-
smart.
last Sunday, he got into the showroom by smashing a big glass window with a rock. And then he found a $600,000 Ferrari that was unlocked, and he spotted a set of keys in the center console,
Are
and he
you
decided
serious?
to steal it.
That would be so much fun.
I'm in. Let's go. I'm in. Let's go.
He apparently drove it through the big glass wall and hit 4 other Ferraris on his way out. According to police, he caused $100,000 in damage to those 4 cars.
that's
And
it.
obviously, the Ferrari he stole got banged up too. It's not clear how much damage he caused total. They found him nearby walking away after he had abandoned the Ferrari.
I mean, yeah, nobody wants a damaged Ferrari.
No.
Yeah.
I had my fun. I'm good.
And here's my favorite part. He told them the whole thing was spur of the moment and then he had been drinking all day. He's facing charges for theft, burglary, and property damage. Spur of the moment.
I've never thought about that. You know what? I've been drinking. Let's go steal a car.
That looks like
No.
a fun thing to drive.
Oh, now, it's funny because I think about this as I'm preparing, and I think there's only 2 things in life that I've learned up to this point that you should never rush into. The first is marriage.
Right.
That should be one. I'm just going to be straight up with you. And now I know the second is stealing a Ferrari. That is just not something you do.
Not a spur of the moment thing.
You got to make sure it's clear first. And you go out there hitting 4 other Ferraris.
Well, I told AJ, I said, here's the thing about it, right? Like, you need yourself a good family car.
Yeah.
You don't need a Ferrari. You need something that, you just take care of it,
Stabbing wagons.
treat it right. It'll last you forever. You know what I mean?
I don't think he was stealing it to keep it, obviously. But, like, if you were going to go and just be able to
Have a good time, man.
get the keys and go have just 10 minutes of driving, like,
He was trying
the
to get
most
to Taco
amazing
Bell.
car, what would it be?
Isn't this how Adam Sandler was arrested in the remake of
Longest
The
Yard?
Longest Yard?
Yeah. I don't know if he stole it, but yeah, he was out driving around.
Just liquored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go, buddy. I would recommend that you use a little bit more impulse control. All right.
Get that street sweeper. That's right, Cody. Street sweeper.
All right, I'll go through this one really fast just to move things along here. There's a new food coming out this week. It's mustard flavored Skittles. Yes, that's right, mustard flavored
Jesus.
Skittles.
Yellow
No,
Devil.
you
The
didn't.
Yellow Devil.
Are you
Now-
serious?
I love mustard. Yeah,
I like
it's-
mustard,
there's a
yeah.
picture of it, right? And what this reminded me of is like, I love Skittles, and people are like, oh man, do you know that's got red number 12? And I'm like, yeah, because that's what's going to kill me.
Yeah, right. This late in life, I'm not worried about that.
I ain't going to lie to you. Every time I go to the doctor, they never have once asked me how many red number 12s I've had. Unless that sounds like, unless it's a heroin, I don't think you should be asked talking to your doctor.
Every time if I want to hear I'm fat, I just go hang out with my friends. They call me fat all the time.
Yeah.
That's not your job, doctor.
So anyway, I was thinking about it, and it reminded me, and like, there's sometimes duos work. So food duos.
Yeah.
Like you think about
Peanut
it.
butter and chocolate.
Well, yeah. I mean, that one's kind of different.
Peanut butter and bacon.
Oh, that's a different one. I was thinking probably the cream of the crop is chocolate Frosties and French fries.
Oh, those are
yeah.
fantastic.
They make no sense that they should go
No
together.
sense, but
Like,
it's good.
Would you, if we had a bowl and I poured the fries into the bowl and then put the Frosty on top of it like a sundae, would you eat it?
Hell yeah, with a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't that look so fucking crazy?
People eat poutine. Is that what it's called?
Poutine.
Poutine. Poutine.
Putin-
But that's like
Putin's in
gravy,
charge
though,
of-
so
And cheese.
gravy and cheese, so.
Yeah. It's like making a condiment
not-
out of
I was
ice
getting ready to
cream.
say it's like a KFC bowl. Add some corn and chicken and you're golden.
Well, I've got some good news. If you want to try them between now and Mustard Day on August 5th, you can sign up for a chance to win a bag at French's.com/mustard Skittles.
I'm doing it.
I did too. I am not gonna lie, I already signed
Yeah.
up, and I hope I win. I want to bring them in here and taste them so
Oh,
bad.
we should.
Man, I sometimes,
Now,
I always think I wish we were like a big podcast that people listen to, and we could walk into places and people are like, oh my god, that's those guys. And honestly, it's just for shit like this. I just
is.
want to try mustard Skittles, and I feel like Pat McAfee can make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
he can make everything
Right?
happen.
And I want to do a demolition derby car, but I don't know how to do that shit. But I feel like Pat McAfee could get that done.
Him and Joe Rogan would be on top
yeah.
of
Oh
it.
my
On and
god.
on.
I'm just telling you, I want to be rich and famous just so I can try this crazy shit.
Right?
If you want to try them, they'll actually be handing out samples in 3 cities. Atlanta on July 31st, yesterday. Sorry
Okay,
you missed
missed it.
They'll be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, and they'll be in New York City on August 5th. Now, gross mustard mashups, this is going to be right up Kim's alley, seem to be a go-to for French's marketing. A few years ago, they did a mustard ice cream,
Oh, no.
a mustard beer, and last year they handed out mustard-flavored donuts.
Oh,
Negative.
I'd try it.
Oh, what if they had mustard Skittles with mustard hot dogs, or hot dog Skittles?
Ooh, I'd try it.
I would too. It's like Jelly Belly. Jelly Belly has all
you
the
got
crazy
them
fucking
goofy
flavors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't give them good ideas.
No.
You know, it just reminds me there's a lot of things in life that are good to, but they're not good together. I love mashed potatoes and I love chocolate cake, but it just wouldn't work. All right. Let's jump into our survey question. This came, how many people have started new relationships in this generation, especially here in the last few years, dedicated to direct messages on social media? Gibbler, you said 55, I think?
55%.
And
I think I said 70.
70. Now I'll be straight up with this. I'm gonna let you into the fourth dimension a little bit,
Okay.
the fourth wall. Gibbler and I have never been in a relationship. AJ and I actually started our relationship this method.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lived in Indianapolis. I heard about that for a long time. And that's a little inside joke. But we met
her.
that way. In a survey, 47%
Okay.
of people in new relationships say things started for them with a direct message on social media, which shows the huge impact social media has on today's dating scene.
Yeah.
So
47. I was close.
You got that
But if its
keyboard
price
courage.
is right, I was over.
Dating.com has the results of the new survey. 47% said their relationships began because of one of them decided to shoot their shot,
Nice.
not the jism, on the social media.
Not that part.
47's a lot, though.
That is.
That's half.
That's half.
I mean, think about that. Like, that basically means that if you're not on the right social media,
Right.
then, you're going to be just taking things into your own hands, if you know what I mean.
You're going to have to be brave and actually talk to somebody.
Oh, that's the thing. 72% of people said social media has been a cause of conflict in either their current or previous relationships.
Yeah, I think I said 85. Yeah.
Yeah. How many has it ever been a problem between you and your wife?
No,
Never.
I don't think so.
Not one
I
time.
don't know.
Hey, Gibbler?
Not that I know of. I hope not. Gosh.
This is always an interesting one, especially
Yeah.
as you get into our age. So if you start a
Right.
new relationship at this point, it's one of those things. It's like, why are you friends with them? That guy's a dick.
Right.
Or that girl sucks.
Right.
Or, because 47% of relationships.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've never heard of a guy. Now, I know it happens.
Yeah.
I was, as soon as I said that, I knew I'd fucked up.
Yeah.
I know there's probably guys in relationships that tell women you can't be friends with that guy.
Right.
But it goes in the inverse too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all because of this.
Yep.
People are afraid of social media.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a thing the other day, and I'm going to blow the percentage. I could make it up and act like I knew what it was, but I'm not going to do that. It's how many divorces contain the word Facebook now and what they
social
present.
media,
Oh,
yeah.
this is what
At
happens. Yeah.
fault states, absolutely.
79% use social media to hard launch or announce their relationship, making it
Yep.
Facebook official or
Yeah,
Instagram
got
official.
to,
We've done that. 50% admitted to fighting with their partner about having an ex's photo
Still
on their
profile
Facebook
pics.
or
Oh, wow.
Instagram pages.
Okay.
Yeah, that's happened for you. I can tell.
I don't think so.
Not one time. Somebody, vice versa. No.
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm sure that's happened in my life.
But I mean,
I'm not saying with
if you're
AJ.
a scorned woman, you just go ahead and delete.
Delete, delete.
There
There ain't nothing left.
There's no reason.
You ain't tagging me in shit no more. It's like you go look at their pictures of them, and you're like, for 2 years, you didn't really do a whole lot. A lot before. You know it's true. 55% say their partner is often distracted by social media on their cell phone while they're trying to have a conversation with them.
That's TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's TikTok.
Yeah. I know this is a problem with Ponder sometimes with Gibbler. And because, I mean, no offense, you're on your phone a lot.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other direction because I'll
just-
be having a conversation and he's like, "Look at this shit on Instagram."
At least he's trying to share.
What does the fox say?
You got to share that.
Oh,
And do you? This is a weird one, and this number's high, and I'm sure most people won't admit it out loud. 40% of their significant others believe their social media profile is kind of gross, like ugh,
Oh, no.
meaning like they talk about shit. 40%. So like,
do what? I'm confused
meaning
on what
like,
you mean.
yeah, like you ever like know two people that are in a relationship, and one of them never does anything on TikTok, and the other one's like just showing
All over
some
the
weird
place.
photos.
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm just trying to throw out an example where somebody's like, "Man, I don't like your Facebook photos." You know? No,
No, I don't
no.
see it.
All right, must be younger kids.
Must be.
I do love that Sean
Yes.
Richardson just said, "As we're all watching a podcast on Facebook."
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Anyway. No, thank you, Sean. Pretty much. You know, it's funny to me. I love to build on what Sean's saying. My favorite thing is when people badmouth social media on social media.
I hate
know?
Facebook.
You know?
Right.
Oh,
You
it's
just posted that. On.
right. It's like texting on your phone while you're driving down the road how people should put their phones down and wait till they get home.
You can't believe this asshole driving in front of me.
They're taking a picture of like the signs that say, "Put your phone down."
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly right. That's how people are with social media. I think social media can be an absolutely amazing thing in the times of good. But
Yes.
the reality is Jerry Springer was popular for a reason.
Yeah.
People love drama. They love dirt. And
Gotta have it.
yeah. You know, I've got 2,500 people that are friends of mine on Facebook. And if I send out a meme, you'd think 2,500 would like it.
No.
No, like 30. 30.
If
Which
I
means the
posted,
others.
they would.
Oh.
The others
I'm
are looking at
joking.
him and like, look at this
I'm
guy.
joking.
Oh my God. Are you trying to measure the length of your penis based upon social media?
No.
I swear
Is
to
this a
God.
big
that's-
pissing
joking.
contest?
Oh, I guarantee you this is a big deal, especially
Yeah.
for preteens.
All right.
How
Yeah.
many followers
How many
you got?
followers? How
Yeah.
many likes you get on that?
Yeah.
It was it. You know what though? It was really fun when we had our likes before we got Zuckerberged.
Yeah, we had
Oh.
Zuckerberg. You know, and that's the thing. Like, we had one meme, which I thought, I'm always convinced that every now and then I post a meme that's going to get us taken off again. And it was the one about the guy, it showed a picture of somebody throwing the plastic bottle out.
Yeah.
And it says, I do this. And then it showed a chain gang. It said, so your baby daddies can do this. So he's picking it up. And it took off like gangbusters. Over
Yeah.
1 million people
Gotta like it.
were,
It was like old times.
yeah. You
Maybe
know,
we're coming back around.
making the
Maybe.
world. Yeah. Well, thanks, Puddin'. You
hey,
were the missing ingredient.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah. You know, it's like when Bill Cosby came
the
out with
fro-
Puddin' Pops.
I was getting ready to say he's the frosty to our fries.
You mean the roofie with the roofie pops?
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, thanks again. I think we're going to wrap it up here. We've been
Thank
at this
you.
for about an hour. And I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for sticking around with us. I haven't had a chance to really observe a lot of the comments, but I see Kobe Litton, Jeremy Hanley, Sean Richardson. Thank you all for watching this. We
Yes.
greatly appreciate it. Debbie Wood Burdette, love Debbie. Good people. Tim
Yeah.
Kendall. That's your brother, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool. Thanks for being here, buddy. I tell people all the time, if you'd like to come in, by all means do. We really
Yeah.
mean that. Sincerely.
Come on down.
I'm thinking about trying to approach a local business that will allow us to do it maybe like once a month.
Oh,
I don't.
that would be great.
Yeah, I don't wish this on Kevin to try to hook all this up
Right.
every day, every week. But we used to do live ones with the shit pan, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a
And
blast.
For you.
hey, I gotta ask some random questions
You
too.
did.
got
Yeah,
all the
some pretty good
questions.
Yeah,
ones.
it was wild, man. You have no idea. I can't wait for somebody else to face that shit pan.
Yep.
It was- anyway, all right. Again, if you can check us out on all the major social media pages. Really,
Yes.
we're the most active in Facebook. If you're watching us live, you can listen to us on iTunes and Spotify.
Do it.
Make sure you go to after2beers.com. That's the number 2. You can find links to give us a tip if you thought the show
Please. was
good tonight. Give us $1 if you liked it. Give us $5 if you thought it sucked. And
I like
we'll-
what you did there.
well, actually, maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Whichever produces more money. Buy some stickers. We'd greatly appreciate that. If you're here local, I'll deliver it to you for free. And I'll probably take the money you gave me and buy you a beer with it or a shot or
Absolutely,
something.
yeah.
So I just love seeing the stickers everywhere. It's so
Yes.
cool to me.
I got him on the back of my car.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just goofy to me. Also, we got signed up. This is probably thankful to mostly Debbie Burdette and our buddy Josh Morrison. They were throwing stars at us, and I never knew what stars meant.
What is it?
Well, apparently it's a way for somebody to give us a tip without going to after2beers.com.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I don't even know how we got through. Facebook sent me a message this week and said, if you send us stars, we could start getting paid on it. I don't know how much it means.
Okay.
It's probably like 8 cents compared to what like a lot of people get, but that's something you can help us out with. So.
Yeah.
That works.
Do it.
I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think so. Thanks again to our buddy Kevin. Thanks to our Patreon
Thank
sponsors.
you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks to AJ and Ponder JP. JP was giving us some instructions tonight. It was like a 1970s car race when he was telling us what gears to run in and
down.
shit. But it was fun.
Shift it.
It actually helped. I enjoyed it. All right. I think we're done.
That's it. Shut her down.
Thanks again to Puddin' and Gibbler for hanging out with us and doing the, I don't with us. We are us. I
we
don't-
are us.
Yeah. The Malort's kicking in.
The Malort.
Alert.
But I guess
Say it every week.
yeah, it's without question the most important thing we say at the end of every one of these shows. And and I mean this sincerely from the bottom of my heart, and I know they all support me, and everybody in there does too. You know, if you see someone out there that's struggling, they probably are. You know, most people are got too much pride to admit they have any type of just. You know, they're in the dumps, man, and it's
Life
legit.
sucks sometimes.
It does. Sucks all the time. Life's fucking hard.
It's life.
Right. And if you see someone out there that maybe, you know, that's one thing about social media is you can kind of get a glimpse into somebody that may be struggling, that at one time in your life may have meant something very important to you, and hopefully they still do. And that's a person that you probably just need to reach out to. Drop them an IM. You're not trying to date them, maybe. It's not a
Don't slide
50%.
into the DMs.
Right, especially if they're the opposite sex and they're married. Don't
start it off with "Hey, beautiful."
Right.
or just hello question mark.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, you know what? We all face a lot of shit, and life it's progressively harder. And so if you see someone you think is struggling, they probably are. Just reach out to them, tell them you love them, tell them you appreciate them. Just ask them how their week was. Maybe ask them out to have a beer, or maybe invite them down here to watch the podcast. You'd be surprised
Come on down.
how something so small might mean the absolute world to somebody.
Yep.
All right. I guess without further ado, Mr. Puddin, Gibbler, we will talk to them all next week.
After 2 beers.
What does the fox say?